Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Grivaradari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Grivaradari Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You want to sing? Sing it. Wait, come here. Come to the microphone. Come. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Gokulananda Radhe. Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman, Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman. Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Nitya Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gora Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Gaur Pramanande, Hari Bol. Thank you very much. Okay. So I just do the prayer. Okay. We are reading from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, verse 67. Oh, Hare Krishna. Shall I do the Pramavani prayer? Huh? Yeah? Okay. Jaya Om Vishnu. Do you know it? No? Jaya Om Vishnu Pada Pramahamsa Paritpreksha Kacharya Ashtutara Sta Shri Srimad A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jaya. Jaya Om Vishnu Pada Pramahamsa Paritpreksha Kacharya Ashtutara Sata Shri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jaya. Jaya Om Vishnu Pada Shri Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jaya. Jaya Om Vishnupada Shri Jaya Om Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jaya. Preme se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakti Vrinda Ki Jaya. Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Ki Jaya. Shri Mayapur Dham Ki Jaya, Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jaya, Ganga Maya Ki Jaya, Yamuna Maya Ki Jaya, Bhakti Devi Ki Jaya, Tulasi Devi Ki Jaya, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrindavan Ki Jaya. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jaya. All glory, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees. Okay, so we are reading from chapter 18, verse 67. Does it move? Can you move it? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Idam te na tapaskaya na bhaktaya kadachana na chashush rushave vachyam na cha mam yobhyasuyati idam tena tapaskaya na bhaktaya kadachana na cha shushrushave vachyam na cha mam yo bhyashuyati idam te na tapaskaya na bhaktaya kadachana na cha shushrushave vachyam na cha mam yobhyasuyati idam te na tapaskaya na bhaktaya kadachana na cha shushrushave vachyam na cha mam yobhyasuyati. Thank you. Would you like to recite Mataji? Idam te na tapaskaya na bhaktaya kadachana na cha shushrushave vachyam na cha mam yobhyasuyati. Please try. Idam te na tapaskaya na bhaktaya kadachana Nacha Shushrusha Pachyam Nachama Yasuyati. Hare Krishna, thank you. Would you like to read? Madhuri, would you like to read? Please. Idam te na tapaskaya na bhaktaya kadachaya na cha shushrusvare vachyam na cha mam suyati. Thank you very much. Word by word. Idam, this. Te, by you. Na, never. Atapaskaya, to one who is not austere. Na, never. Abhaktaya, to one who is not a devotee. Kadachana, at any time. Na, never. Cha, also. Ashushrushabe, to one who is not engaged in devotional service. Vachyam, to be spoken. Na, never. Cha, also. Mam, toward me. Yaha, anyone who. Abhyasuyati, is envious. Translation. This confidential knowledge may never be explained to those who are not austere or devoted or engaged in devotional service, nor to one who is not envious of me. Please repeat. This confidential knowledge may never be explained to those who are not austere or devoted or engaged in devotional service, nor to one who is envious of me. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Purport. Persons who have not undergone the austerities of religious process, who have never attempted devotional service in Krishna consciousness, who have not tended a pure devotee, and especially those who are conscious of Krishna only as a historical personality, or who are envious for the purport. Okay. Where were we? And especially those who are conscious of Krishna only as a historical personality, or who are envious of the greatness of Krishna, they should not be told this most confidential part of knowledge. It is, however, sometimes found that even demoniac persons who are envious of Krishna, worshipping Krishna in a different way, take to the profession of explaining Bhagavad Gita in a different way to make business. But anyone who desires actually to understand Krishna must avoid such commentaries on Bhagavad Gita. Actually, the purpose of Bhagavad Gita is not understandable to those who are sensuous. Even if one is not sensuous but is strictly following the disciplines enjoined in the Vedic scripture, if he is not a devotee, he also cannot understand Krishna. And even when one poses himself as a devotee of Krishna but is not engaged in Krishna conscious activities, he also cannot understand Krishna. There are many persons who envy Krishna because he is explained in Bhagavad Gita that he is the supreme and that nothing is above him or equal to him. There are many persons who are envious of Krishna. Such persons should not be told of Bhagavad Gita, for they cannot understand. There is no possibility of faithless persons understanding Bhagavad Gita and Krishna. Without understanding Krishna from the authority of a pure devotee, one should not try to comment upon Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so let's just do a prayer of invocation and ask all Acharyas' blessings. Do you know Mangalacharya? Huh? Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasme Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Sva Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Virshabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Idam tena tapaskaya na bhaktaya na cha kadachana na cha shushrusave vachyam na cha mamyo vyasuyati. This confidential knowledge may never be explained to those who are not austere or devoted or engaged in devotional service, nor to one who is envious of me. Hare Krishna, welcome. Hare Krishna. Mataji, come, let's all have some nice discussion. This is a very, a heavy verse, isn't it? Krishna is saying that this confidential knowledge may never be explained to those who are not austere or devoted or engaged in devotional service, nor to one who is envious of me. Prabhupada actually did 2 lectures on this verse in 2 days in a row. He did on this verse, and he starts by saying that here Krishna is forbidding Arjuna not to speak this Bhagavad Gita to a person who is not very much advanced in austerity and penance. So this is the first qualification. We actually just hear Bhagavad Gita. then he goes on in the purport that if we are not a devotee of Krishna and we don't do devotional service, we won't be able to understand Bhagavad Gita. However, this is one instruction of Krishna that, in fact, in reality, Prabhupada did not follow. He preached to the least austere people, didn't he? He went to America. In the first 1 year, nothing was happening. And then when people started showing interest in him, they were the least austere people. They were basically doing whatever they wanted to do, and still Prabhupada spoke Bhagavad Gita to them. So how do we understand that? Prabhupada explained, well, he actually, in the purport itself and in his lecture, he emphasizes on the importance of following austerity in the sense that, controlling the senses, and also in the importance of serving Krishna, doing devotional service, being a devotee of Krishna. He emphasizes on all these as a qualification to be able to not only understand but even hear Bhagavad Gita. He gives the example of, he says, unless you are a Brahmana and having the qualities of a Brahmanas, you won't be able to understand this Bhagavad Gita. And he gives the example of, and he says, just being born in a Brahmana family is not enough. And the famous example he always gives that, a high court judge son cannot claim to be a high court judge. Going to the law school is open to everyone, but you have to have the qualification. So, so you can't just not only being a son of a high court, or even read the law books and say that, okay, now I can be a high court judge, then I can understand. You have to pass certain exams before you go to the law school. So the exams we need to pass in order to hear Bhagavad Gita and understand it is, and basically having all the qualities of a Brahmana, which are quite a long list. Here Prabhupada gives a long list of cleanliness, austerity, truthfulness. There's so many qualities, but Prabhupada made it very easy for us. He just gave us the 4 regulative principles, which is basically controlling the senses. So that was, right, like the beginning, and then chanting the Mahamantra. So he made it so easy for us. So none of us not only are born Brahmana, but we don't even have the qualifications of the Brahmanas. But by following the 4 regulative principles and chanting the Mahamantra, then we can start reading Bhagavad Gita and hopefully gradually understanding it. But Prabhupada is very hard on people who don't accept Krishna as a supreme personality of Godhead, and they see him as a historic personality, a great personality, but not supreme Lord. he says that there are a lot of people like that. He called them professional Bhagavad Gita reciters or commentators. He is very hard on that we should not hear from them. But other than that, basically, Prabhupada, somehow he ignored these instructions of Krishna and spoke Bhagavad Gita to everybody and anybody. And he explains this in chapter 3, verse 29. In that verse, also, Krishna says that those who are in ignorant and in low modes of material nature, just leave them alone. Just don't disturb them. Don't speak Bhagavad Gita to them. Don't disturb them. But in the purport, Prabhupada says, well, he appreciates what Krishna says, but again he kind of, in a way, he does his own thing. He's not following what Krishna says. Jai Radha Gokulananda ki jaya, Sitaram Lakshman Hanumani ki jaya. He says, men who are ignorant cannot appreciate activities in Krishna consciousness. And therefore, Lord Krishna advises us not to disturb them and simply waste valuable time. But, he says, the devotees of the Lord are more kind than the Lord because they understand the purpose of the Lord. Consequently, they undertake all kinds of risks, even to the point of approaching ignorant men to try to engage them in the acts of Krishna consciousness, which are absolutely necessary for the human being. So basically, he says, okay, I know Krishna, I know what you mean, I understand, I appreciate it, but I know your purpose also. You want to save everyone. So as a devotee of Krishna, he took the risk. He went to America, place that he was it was completely unknown to him, but also the people there, they had not heard anything about Krishna. They did not believe in God. They did not believe in any kind of discipline in their life. But he still spoke Bhagavad Gita, and he gave Mahamantra to them. You've heard the story. My grandchildren always tell me, why are, everybody is so serious, giving these classes, make it a little bit more enlivening. So you've heard the story of Ramanujacharya? Yes? Would you like to tell the story? You tell. No? Okay. You know the story of Ramanujacharya? Well, he is the acharya of one of our sampradayas, of bona fide sampradayas, which they have a different mantra. However, he approached his guru to get the mantra from his guru, and in the beginning his guru was very much kind of, oh no, you're not ready yet, but he was very adamant. He was keep going to him, and he was crying, and eventually his guru accepted to give him the mantra, but he said, but I warn you, this is a very strong mantra. Don't say that to anybody else. And so, the mantra he gave, Ramanujacharya, is Om Namo Narayana. That's the mantra that he received from his guru. And of course, he felt the strength of it and the effect of the mantra, but then he basically disobeyed his guru. He went to his village and shouted and, gathered people and told him that, well, I have a mantra, a very strong mantra, which, you need to know and follow it, and that will save your life. And he gave the mantra to his guru, to the villagers, and then his guru, when he heard about it, he was quite angry with him, and he said, "Well, I told you, don't tell anybody. You disobeyed your guru, and we know the consequences of this disobeying Guru." Ramanuja Acharya said, if this mantra is going to save others, I am prepared to go to hell for disobeying my guru's instruction. Well, in our Srila Prabhupada's case, his guru told him to go to the West and preach this knowledge to the Western society. So he actually followed his guru's instructions. But just the story of Ramanujacharya shows that what Prabhupada says here, devotee is kinder and takes risks in order to help others. Nice tune. And another example of taking risks is we just few days ago we had the appearance day of Lord Narasimha, and you know the stories of Prahlad Maharaj. Story. He took many risks, didn't he?
Give us an example.
The example, well, his father, he had a lot of teachings by his teachers, and the teachers' teachings were all against Vishnu, and his father was an enemy of Lord Vishnu. But every time his father, first, when it was during the class time, when the teachers were not around, Prahlad Maharaj would gather all the students. Come on, I have something else to tell you. Forget about what the teachers say, and he started talking about Lord Vishnu. And of course, how old was Prahlad? 5. He was very young, but he was very brave. And he would do this, in the beginning, he would do it behind the teacher's back. When in the school, sometimes, as soon as you see the teacher's gone, you start, telling, things to your friends. Well, actually, he doesn't know what he's talking about, I tell you something really much better. So Prahlad was doing that. And as a 5-year-old, imagine, he was a small also, so the teachers, could come and do anything. And so that was one risk he took. Yeah. And another risk he took was that actually when the teacher, his father called him and wanted to know what he has learned. So normally, just to keep peace with parents, you say whatever they want to hear, don't you? When they say something, okay, what did you learn at the school, or what did you do? You kind of think, okay, what would make my parent happy? So you just say whatever it pleases them, don't you? Normally, just to be safe and keep peace. Because if you say something that they don't like, then you'll be in trouble. But Prahlad Maharaj started preaching to his demon father, who was an enemy of Vishnu. He started preaching about Lord Vishnu. And imagine, how his father would feel or think. And he was, what are you talking about? And, he called the teachers, kind of blaming the teachers that, okay, you haven't taught the right thing. What have you, he's talking about Lord Vishnu, what is this all about? And the teachers were kind of, we don't know where he's got it from. We didn't teach him these things. So that was a big risk Prahlad took with his friends and also with his father. But he wanted to help his friends, and he also wanted to help his father. And and the risk he took had big consequences. His father, after a few times trying, kind of getting teachers to re-educate him, the Hiranyakashipu testing him again and realizing that no, his mind is somewhere else. So he did big punishments to him. You all have heard about the punishments Hiranyakashipu gave to Prahlad, yeah? Examples. Who knows examples of the consequences of Prahlad Maharaj taking risks?
His father tried to throw him off the cliff.
Throwing off the cliff. Anything else? He tried to burn him, threw him in the fire, huh? Threw him in where all the snakes were. Yeah, he threw him, so you would eat him up. So, oh gosh, huge risk. Huh? Ice cold. He threw him into the ice cold as well? Oh my God. Huh? Poison. Tried to poison him. Well, imagine these were big risks. And the first time Prahlad could have said, okay, no, I'm not having it this anymore. Okay, I do whatever you say. But no, he went on, and bigger and bigger punishments. So in some way, he did the same, or said the same thing as Ramanujacharya. He said, I'm prepared to go to hell in order to help other people. Yeah? And as I said, he not only he wanted to help his friends, he wanted to help his own father, his demoniac father as well. And who knows what would have happened to Srila Prabhupada. Okay, he followed his guru's instructions, but he took big risk. And in fact, he had 2 heart attacks on the way to America. But he still continued. And when he arrived first in Boston, he was looking around thinking, what are these people? Why am I here? Why Krishna brought me here? And so he could see that, this doesn't look like a promising land for Krishna consciousness. But then he continued. Then he went to New York. The first year there, nothing happening. Nobody was interested. He went to few yoga groups, some Indians or some other preachers. He wrote to him. He realized that people were interested. They had some interest in yoga, some kind of wishy-washy spirituality, but still. Nothing happening. So few times he was thinking of coming back. He would go to the shipyard. Where is that? To kind of thinking, okay, maybe, see how much the return ticket is, all that, but then say, okay, let me try again. And even then he came to New York on his own in the cold, snowy weather of New York. He could have died at that age. In fact, when he was trying to leave India, the Mataji who helped him and got the tickets for him, she told him, look, Swamiji, you're going to die, you're old, you're going to die. So, but he still stayed, he continued. He got, somehow he rented a place, and then he was robbed. His Bhagavad Gita, his typewriter was stolen. Then after that, he was sharing an attic room with a young person who was into drugs, and he actually became hallucinated, and he attacked Prabhupada. Prabhupada had to run away. So these are all the risks that Srila Prabhupada took. For what? To help others. Because he didn't need. He could have stayed in Vrindavan he was a pure devotee, and he would have gone back to the spiritual world. But he wanted other people to help other people, and also he wanted to obey the order of his spiritual master. So, as he says, yes, Krishna does say here that this is a confidential knowledge, in a sense that not everybody understands it. And even us, trying to be a devotee of Krishna, still we're really struggling, we're trying to understand it. And Prabhupada says, if you just try to understand, in a lecture he did in London, I forgot the date of it, but he said, if you try to understand it, even if imperfectly, you'll still be liberated. So we try to understand it because we accept Krishna as the Supreme Lord. And Prabhupada says this is the, to follow the four regulative principles, chanting the Mahamantra, and of course accepting Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is the qualification that we can start with Bhagavad Gita. But of course, so in some way, we have to be careful who we speak to, or who we read to, or who we give the Maha Mantra to. But at the same time, Prabhupada kind of makes it even more, even easier. In later verses, which will come soon, talking about the non-envious people, Prabhupada, because here says, especially to those who are envious of me. And who are those who are envious of Krishna? As a definition, those who want to be. Shishupal, or other examples. Mayavadis. And what is their idea? How they're envious of Krishna? They want to become God. Yes. So we have to be careful with those. But other than that, Prabhupada does say, he says in verse 71, he actually refers to today's verse 67. He says, in the 67th verse of this chapter, the Lord explicitly forbade the Gitas being spoken to those who are envious of the Lord. In other words, Bhagavad Gita is for the devotees, but But then he predicts that, look, we can't just pick and choose. He said, are you envious? Are you not envious? Are you Mayavadi? Are you not Mayavadi? We can't do that. He says that, devotees give classes, give public speeches, and you don't know who is among them. But still, it's okay. It happens sometimes a devotee will hold open class, and in that class, not all the students are expected to be devotees. Why do such persons hold open class? It is explained here that although not everyone is a devotee, still there are many men who are not envious of Krishna. So they may not know Krishna, they may not believe or understand, but they're not envious. They don't want to be God. His Holiness Giriraj Swami, he said first when he was searching for a guru and going from places to places, meeting so many other different people with different philosophies. And when he met Srila Prabhupada, he asked him, how do I know who is my guru? How do I know who is the right guru? And Prabhupada's answer to him, he said, it depends what are you looking for. It depends what you are after. Do you want to serve God or do you want to become God? So it depends what you want. Krishna sends you the guru that takes you in that direction. If you want to become God, right, then there are so many, Prabhupada says, rascals that they want to become God. There are so many that they claim they are God. And he will send it to you. But if you want to serve God, right, Krishna sends you the right guru also, so you can hear Bhagavad Gita from them. And of course, Giriraj Swami accepted Prabhupada there and then as his guru because he realized. So here Prabhupada said, still there are many men who are not envious of Krishna. They have faith in him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If such persons hear from a bona fide devotee about the Lord, the result is that they become at once free from all sinful reactions, and after that attain the destination where. And of course, there are so many benefits hearing Bhagavad Gita has, which in the following verses Krishna will explain and talking about. So we have this 5 to 7. We're going to have Arti very soon. And of course, the main teaching of Bhagavad Gita is that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And for us, as a devotee of Krishna, if we serve him, right, there are so many different ways we can serve the Lord, but the two most important things serving the Lord, what are they? Shravanam and Kirtanam. Yes? Hearing about the Lord or from the Lord and talking about him. So Bhagavad Gita is what Krishna has spoken. So by hearing from him, we are serving him. And also Srimad Bhagavatam is about the Lord. So by hearing about him, we are serving him. And also when we speak, we read Bhagavad Gita, we discuss among ourselves. You guys recited the verses and read the purports, and hopefully you have something to say also. So we are serving the Shravanam and Kirtanam. But also, the most important practice we do is chanting the Mahamantra. And chanting the Mahamantra includes all the devotional services, particularly Shravanam and Kirtanam. Do you all know the Mahamantra? Yes? Shall we say it all together? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we just did Shravanam and Kirtanam. So this Mahamantra, the Kirtan is going to go to open soon. There will be Gaura Arti, and after that, singing of the Mahamantra. And if you just do that, the Mahamantra at home, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, then Krishna takes you back. It is all his names, Hare, Krishna, and Rama. 3 names repeated 16 times. Hare means the energy of the Lord, the internal energy of the Lord. Krishna means all attractive, and Rama means the reservoir of all pleasure. So you're calling Krishna, oh energy of the Lord, Hari, oh Krishna, all attractive, oh Rama, all reservoir of all pleasure. Please engage me in your service. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. You can take this, please. Yes.